Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here. Welcome to the continuation of my Wolfenstein Youngblood Collectibles guide. In this video, we'll be tackling all 35 collectibles in Little Berlin, starting from the metro station. In order to grab everything, you will need to have significant progress in the game because you do require certain guns to get through certain doors, and you will require certain side missions to be completed as well. We'll start off from that metro station and go up to street level. Hanging on the right hand side, I've taken care of all of the enemies, but inside of a restaurant, there's a small table in a corner with Readable 21 according to the game menu. Then across the street from that, in a window display, you can find UVK cover number 7. This is our second collectible out of 35. You can keep track of everything in the bottom left hand corner. I'll also have additional details in the YouTube description. Then what we can do is from that UVK cover, we want to hop on top of the awning directly above it. And this will get us access to the balconies above. Then what we need to do is jump across the street onto the balcony to the other side. On the table here, we can find 3D glasses 28 for our third collectible of the area, and we will continue on from this location. Then what we can do in order to grab Readable 27 is we'll want to go back down to street level and head to the opposite side of where that metro was where we started. On the left hand side, you can go into the kind of radio communications tower. It's very possible you were here during an earlier mission in the game where we had to grab some files. As you enter, you'll notice the main desk in front of you. We'll take a left hand turn and then keep left to get into a side room where we can find a Readable on the desk. From that location, we can go back to the main desk as we entered, and just behind it, we can find yet another Readable. Continuing from there in that same direction we were kind of headed, we can head past a couple of rooms and head to the far kind of side there. You can use your compass. The compass actually has directions on it, so keep that in mind. And we found another Readable, and then we can turn around and find some 3D glasses in the corner on top of what I believe is a monitor. From those 3D glasses, there's a little secret kind of side area. You should see it on the map. It's not that secret, but if you kind of hug the wall and continue past the desk, there's a small door with a button that links to it. Click the button in order to open the door, and this will give us access to the side room. And in the side room, we can find a red supply crate, which has concept art inside. We do need to grab these. The code for this one is 9317. You can find the codes out through decrypting floppy disks, or you can just put them in if you already know the code. And then next to that concept art, we can also find cassette tape number 9, collectible number 9 in the area in the corner. And then we can actually open up the door right next to it in order to link back into the common area. We've been in this common area a couple times if we've done all of the side missions in Little Berlin. And then what we can do is go upstairs and then go up the flights of stairs and then jump across the gap onto the balcony across. And there's a little side room there, which we have been in as part of one of the side missions. In here, there are 3 collectibles, including a cassette tape directly in front of us as we enter, a Readable in the side room next to the floppy disk terminal. So we'll have to grab that as well. And then additionally, right next to that is a floppy disk next to the floppy disk terminal. I believe it's a floppy disk terminal. I'm not 100% sure, actually, if that's the one for the area. But you can go decode these if you want. You don't have to. Now, I made a quick jump cut back to the main kind of area right next to where the metro station was where we spawned. You should be very familiar with the area and very quickly and easily be able to get back here. Now, you'll notice that there is a little bit of a command post. What we want to do is jump on the red awning to the right of it, and then jump into the balcony and in through the window to find this room. There are some animals on the wall, and one of them is wearing 3D glasses, so you'll pick those up. Then what we can do is head back down and then basically jump over that little command post we were talking about, and as you drop down to street level, look to your left, and you'll see a glass display. We'll want to shoot it out and then grab the cassette tape inside.
I got a mixtape full of bitchin' songs that
Now, the next 2 floppy disks are only accessible if you've completed a side mission to visit Lenz's lab. So what we'll do is we'll jump up here, we'll jump up onto the balcony, and we'll turn around 180 degrees and jump up onto into his secret lair. And if you've completed the side mission, you can grab the 2 floppy disks in here. One is in the side room on the desk to the left as we entered, and then the other one is behind the secret door that we would have pushed a button on the bookshelf to open the secret door, and then we would have found the floppy disk on the console inside. Then from there, we can continue on, And for this next few, we don't need to have any kind of side mission progress whatsoever. What we can do is, in order to link to the next area, we would jump through this kind of blue cubbyhole. And once we are in the blue cubbyhole, we can actually find 3D glasses at our feet as we jump in. Now, before we crawl through, though, turn around and then jump to the nearest balcony on the same level as you. Then what we have to do is turn around and jump to the balcony behind us one level higher. On here, we should be able to find 3D glasses 22 for 18 out of 35 in Little Berlin. Then what we can do is now proceed through that blue cubby we were kind of standing in. And once we drop down into it and go through it, we'll want to head to the right-hand side. We're basically going to link back to that square where we started, but it's faster to go this way. As we exit, we'll see a cafe sign in front of us. That means we're in the right area. Jump on the awning to our left, and then from that awning we can jump into a kind of music studio. Inside of the music studio, find a readable on the table. The music studio also connects us to kind of the main square of Little Berlin here with the concert. So there's a whole bunch of collectibles here to grab as well. The first one we'll grab is on the second row of chairs. It's a readable. Then what we can do is kind of go left from where we entered and find a cassette tape sitting on the crate right here. Then what we'll do is we'll have to do a couple of jumps here, but they're not too hard. Head in the 180-degree direction and then jump up on the ladder. And then once we grab onto the ladder, get to the top, turn right, and go through the open window in order to find this kind of somewhat secret area. And in here on one of the consoles, we can find another readable. Then what we'll want to do is turn around from this readable and head onto the balcony through one of the windows. And we'll actually need to jump back down. And we'll have to jump onto the stage in order to get the next pair of 3D glasses. The 3D glasses are always the tricky ones in terms of their locations. So we'll jump on the bus, we'll jump on the stage, we'll go across the stage and then onto the balcony. And on this balcony, find 3D glasses number 24 in terms of the in-game menu. Now from here, we can find 3D glasses number 26, but we will require an electro craftwork gun, which we grabbed from, I believe, defeating the second brother. You can come into the back door here and find this secret door, open it up, and inside is a bunch of ammo, some armor and whatnot, and your 3D glasses. The next couple of collectibles don't require any kind of special anything. We'll head into the 180-degree direction according to the compass from that town square where the music was. We'll go past all of this stuff. This next area will have a ton of enemies, which I've taken care of. But if you just kind of walk forward and jump to the right-hand side, you'll notice you'll be able to grab onto some ledges and get onto a bridge or overpass. And there's a giant mech bot here, but there's also a concept art, and that is concept art number 4 in the red supply crate. The code for this one is 1234, and we are in. Now, if we continue heading in that 180-degree direction, head to the very end of the street. Here will be the brother gate. We'll just ignore it for now, as brother 1 is a separate area. I'll have a separate video for that. But if we head into the side room to the right, just at the end of the street, we can find another pair of 3D glasses. Right here will be a quick edit. Just run back to the music square. You should be familiar with this area as we were literally just there. And connected to that is the clinic area or the hospital. A lot of these are locked behind certain mission progress. So if you haven't been to the hospital, you have to do the hospital-related side mission first. And inside of the hospital, in the main desk area, we can find Readable number 31. Then what we can do is there's a little side room where there would be like a teller or a ticket giver, and we can find another Readable number 24 in the window. Climb through and look to your right in order to find floppy disk number 6. And then there's a door that connects here to the outside, but we have to unlock it from the opposite direction. So what we'll do is we'll head to the elevator shaft and then climb up, and now we are inside of the actual like clinic / hospital. Again, a ton of enemies in here. I've taken them out. But as we enter the clinic, take a little bit of a left-hand turn and find the reception area. Inside of the reception area, you can find UVK cover number 8 for our 30th collectible of Little Berlin. Then we can continue to the left, follow the hallways, and find a kind of side room where you'll find a bunch of healing, armor, and ammo. And inside of this room, we can find cassette tape number 8. So make sure we grab that as well. Then what we can do is we can kind of head back across in the opposite direction to the other side of this area of the clinic or hospital. And as we enter the far room, take a look to your left. On the table, you'll find a readable note.
Got a piece of text
And then what
here.
we can do is we can turn around 180 degrees from this note in this room and fall down a window into a courtyard to find another readable on a park bench. Now, the last 2 collectibles of Little Berlin require you to have completed a mission from Marianne that asks you to take out the Uber Commander Flesher, which will open up this balcony area. You can grab these during that side mission or after, but the window will be locked until you are given that side mission. Head inside, and on one of the tables, you can find 3D glasses number 30. Take care of all of the enemies. Use your crush ability to go through the metal door, crawl through the vent, and inside of this room would be Flesher, but all of my enemies respawn for some reason. So you'll take care of any enemies in here, and you can find a red supply crate for concept number 6. The code is 8055, and you should now have 35 out of 35. Again, if there's a certain area that you can't get to, it's probably just because you haven't done that side mission yet. Keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. Hope the video was helpful. Make sure you drop a like, share the series with a friend. I'll see you in more Wolfenstein Youngblood collectible guides soon. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Peace.